Okay, today's the day that we're going to start this IBM personal computer 340 after being buried for 2 years. I have not made any changes to the computer. It has its own power box still installed, hard disk, floppy, and CD-ROM drive. I saved those, that's why they're not dirty. So we are going to plug everything in and see if she turns on. I'm going to stand over there and connect the extension cord, and then we're going to test her out. Blankets over the screen because the sun has moved a little bit across the sky, so that's what the blanket's here for. So I'm going to put it over top of the screen and camera so that way you guys can get a good view. I don't know if I'll see any picture, but we'll have to wait and see. In 3, 2, 1. See if it's on. Holy crap, it's on. It's actually working. Oh my god. First time I've ever seen this computer turn on and work properly. We got a mouse working, we got a keyboard working, we got a CD drive. Yes, power everything. Holy crap, it actually does work. Let's see if the power button works. Oh yeah, that's right, I took the case off and just pushed the button in the on position. But holy crap, you cannot kill an IBM computer. The first computer that I think in the whole wide world has ever been buried works after 2 years. This thing has been buried for 2 years away from the human eye, and she's running like brand new. And I'm gonna shut her off. Putting the blanket over the screen again so that way y'all can see it. File, exit Windows. And done. Gonna unplug everything. Oh god, that blanket stinks. Okay, I gotta set the camera down for a second. In the garage. God, it's getting hot out. Ow. Okay. So, all the parts that you see in this computer are all original. These are the original RAM sticks that came with the computer. This is the original CPU fan and processor underneath. The clock battery has been taken out because I, well, don't have one. The original floppy, original hard drive, original CD drive. Now if you're wondering why there's no ribbon cable plugged in there, I couldn't find another one lying around. This is, these cables here aren't original. These were from other computers I scrapped in the past. This is the original power box. And I haven't made any changes to it except washed it. So as you can see, It's all corroded here on the top. Underneath, it's all corroded. You can still see some, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's some rusticles right there and dirt stains on the power box. Some dirt inside the plug outlet, and there's some dry mud on the propeller blade, or fan blade. You can see that it's all corroded there. And everywhere else. This whole computer's just corroded everywhere, every spot. This whole motherboard, every little spot has a little bit of corrosion. Right there has some corrosion. And around the CPU area has some corrosion. After when I was making the video, when I dug it up, like part 2, after when I was done recording, I took the whole power box and board out and just washed it in the sink. But I just literally put the whole motherboard in the sink with soap and water and just washed it. Grabbed a hair dryer and just blew it out and used a towel later on. The power supply box, I hosed it down, then brought it inside and just put soap and water inside it. And I didn't even take the whole casing off, and just let the whole thing dry out. I just left it right here, well, not like this, but left it lying around somewhere with the whole case still on it and just let it dry out without any sunlight or anything on it. So I cannot believe that power box that's been clogged up with dirt and bugs and stuff still works after 2 years. Everything in the computer works. Underneath this motherboard is a lot of rust on the soldering points. So most of the soldering points on this board are all rusty due to moisture and stuff. You can see some rust there, some rust there, a little bit of rust on that soldering point. I don't know if you guys can see that because it's blurry. A lot of rust everywhere. So I cannot believe that this thing worked. It was totally successful. I think this is the very first computer that has ever been buried for 2 years and it turns on 2 years later. That is just awesome. Everything works. Well, I'm not going to scrap this computer. I'm going to hold on to it forever because this is the very, very first computer that has ever survived being buried under the ground for 2 years and turns on 2 years later and still works. Now I feel sorry that I kind of buried it because that was way before I knew that you could take the clock battery out and then it would automatically reset the system BIOS. I didn't know that, but now I do. As you can see, that there's no battery in there. So yeah. Oh, this thing's getting pretty hot. I gotta take it in. Computers aren't meant to be outside, and this computer wasn't meant to be buried. But she's a runner. She will work forever, hopefully. Every time when I use it though, I'm gonna have to plug it in, and then when I'm done using it, I'm gonna have to unplug it. I can't just leave it plugged in overnight and stuff because I don't know if there's any dirt left in the power box. I know that there's some visible on the front right here, but I don't know if there's some buried deep inside it. Got much of the dirt out as much as I can. So it was totally successful. Wow. I think I'm gonna have to make another shirt now saying I love IBM computers.